That family, Will and Carrie and the little girls, sit on the same side of the church with us every Sunday morning in the sanctuary, and I watch them. They're just wonderful people, and I know that Will have good ideas, that he's willing to work, and he ought to be in Columbia representing us.
Government is by no means the answer to all of our problems. However, there is a vast middle ground between a government that does everything and a government that does nothing. From nurturing a healthy job climate to crafting policies that enable children to grow up healthy, what happens in Columbia matters.
Oh, I've known Will for about 4 or 5 years. Actually, I first met him when he coached my sons in basketball, and he made quite an impression when we first got to know him, and has continued to influence my young men as the time has gone by. I think he'd make a great legislator because he's a man of character. He's a man of integrity. He really cares for family, and that's very dear to us.
He took a great interest in my life and really cared, you know, what I had to say, and anything that was kind of on my heart he would listen to.
I have a friend that introduced me to him, and she told me, she said, "This is a great candidate. I'm sure you're going to like him once you get to know him." And so I said, "Okay, I'll go over, I'll meet him, and I'll let you know what I think." And she and I went to his home. He and his wife, they welcomed us with open arms, and he was just wonderful, and he was very sincere, and that's what I really liked about him.
Now, I worked for 15 years, nearly 15 years as a journalist, including 6 years right here in Spartanburg. So I've talked to countless people, everyday parents, everyday business owners, everyday taxpayers. I've talked to them about the ways that government affects their lives.
I've been friends with Will since we worked together at the Spartanburg Herald-Journal, where I was a reporter and Will was an editor, and there are a couple of things I can say for sure about Will. One is that he's a real smart guy. He's an analytical thinker and a problem solver. He's very thorough, but he's also a quick study and quick on his feet. I think working in the newsroom environment will teach a person to be able to think that way, and those are all attributes that I believe would serve someone really well as a lawmaker.
I love running into Will and talking about things, because no matter what comes up, he's got something interesting to add. He's just got a real breadth of knowledge, and I just think he'd be great for Spartanburg to have someone like him who's proactive and you know, believes in everybody. He wants to do something for everybody. He's a real community-based guy.
Probably what matters most is that we do keep our school systems intact and funded, and that we have parents who are involved. And I know Will has always been involved with his children and everything they've done, and so I think he'll continue to support the things that we think are important.
When I was talking with Will, something that really struck me and stuck out of my mind is he had a genuine interest in the entire community, in the well-being of the community. But we spoke on education, and that's very something that's passionate to me, because I believe that children are our future, and he does also. And he, I know that's a cliche, but he really believes that, and he had a lot of thoughts on the educational system and some ideas on making it better, and I really like that.
Well, I'm a 9th grade public high school teacher, and I think it matters a lot who we have in Columbia representing us. It matters a lot on a daily basis for students and teachers and parents. Will seems like an excellent choice because I think he understands the realities of the classroom, and he will stand up for us every day.
Now, some politicians in Columbia, some people running for office right now, and for sure the outside propaganda groups that have influenced them, they'll tell you that the cure for low test scores and high dropout rates is to be found in a slippery voucher or tax credit system. But if you will ask just about any teacher, ask just about any parent, ask just about any community leader, and you'll hear there's no quick answers, there's no easy fixes. We must attract the best teachers we can. We must hold them and their students to a high standard while providing the support they need. And so what that means is we've got to all roll up our sleeves. We've got to all get to work. And I'm talking about teachers, parents, community activists, and yes, our representatives in Columbia.
I own a small business, and I employ just a few people. But another thing that Will is campaigning on is health reform. And as a small business owner, I can't afford to carry a lot of insurance for the people that work for me, and I am dismayed when they or their families wind up in trouble and the only place they have to go is the emergency room. And I hope that he's successful in achieving something for the people in our state that have nothing.
The other thing I think about Will is that he's a visionary. He thinks large. He thinks beyond the box, beyond the status quo, and his vision is infectious. Other people follow him, and he's a wonderful leader in that regard.
I can also say that Will's a very independent thinker. He's determined to seek his own answers. He's not afraid to take a stand. This is a partisan election, we all know that, but I don't think people have to worry that Will is someone who'd be, beholden to special interests or to, run-of-the-mill partisan bickering and that kind of thing. And so those are, some of the reasons I'm excited that he's doing this.
The response to this campaign so far has been very humbling to me personally. It's also been very exciting. People in District 32 have made it clear to me that they're ready for new ideas and bold leadership. I believe people are tired of a brand of politics. We're all used to it. We're all tired of it. It focuses on labels. It relies on a tired, predictable way of doing things. I think that the voters of District 32 are ready for a brand of politics that focuses on results. We can do this if we're willing to work together. We can do this if we're willing to try to find common ground and sensible solutions that help the many, rather than just casually approve rules written by special interests that protect them and nobody else. With your help, together on November 4th, we're going to send a message that a new day has arrived here in District 32 and in Spartanburg County. With your help, we're going to begin to write the next great chapter in the story of this community. I thank you all for being here today. God bless every one of you.